Okay guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Khadija and you've logged on to Beautifully Slayed. If you're coming here for the first time, I want to say welcome to my channel. Please remember to hit that subscribe button before you go. If you've been here before, I want to say welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you liked my previous videos. So basically, I'm gonna share a story with you. So this video is basically a story time video, and I'm gonna share one of my many toxic relationship stories with you. So here we go. I've never told anybody but my friends who probably knew about the situation, but I was with this guy and we were together. We were good, good, not good in a sense where two people are meant to be together, but it was toxic, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We knew we weren't right for each other. Everything I did bothered him, and everything he did gets on my nerves, but we were in a relationship. And basically one day I was going to college at the time. I was going to college. I was in my second year, and my classes were over early, and I hit him up and say, hey, I'm coming over, and blah 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 and whatever. So I went there, guys, and the minute I got there, he started asking me what's wrong with you? And honestly, there was nothing wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with me. And I said nothing. And he was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, why are you asking me that? He said I looked like something was wrong with me, but nothing was wrong. But he kept asking me what's wrong with you? And it started to annoy me. It was really getting on my nerves, and then something automatically became wrong with me because I was really annoyed and I can't hide it. So we were there, and he was saying, what wrong with you? And I was like, nothing. And he kept asking till I got annoyed to the point where I said, I'm going home. And he was like, you're not leaving until you tell me what's wrong with you. And I was like, nothing's wrong with me, And anyway, guys, he took my bag. My bag was on the bed, and he took it. He lived with his brother and his brother's girlfriend at the time, and he went to go put my bag in his brother's room and locked it. And he told me I wasn't leaving until I tell him what's wrong with me. But there was nothing wrong with me other than the fact that he was completely annoying me. But we were there, and he started getting upset because kill him dead, something was wrong with me. And honestly, there was nothing wrong with me. And he started to argue and whatever, and saying I'm always like that, telling him that nothing's wrong with me. And then when I go home, I give him a long paragraph and whatever. So I was basically laughing, but I didn't want to show it. Seriously, there was nothing wrong with me, but I didn't want to laugh because he was mad. And I told him I wanted to leave, and he was like, I'm not leaving until I tell him what's wrong with me. So he was there, and he was like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And I'm like, nothing. So I started looking through the window because I was sitting on the bed, and the bed was close to the window. And I started looking through the window, and he was talking to me while I was looking through the window, and he was trying to turned my neck to look at him, and I'm like, no, you just touched me. Like, bear in mind, like, I'm one of those persons who say, like, if a guy hits me or if a guy touches me, that's it. And I hold my words, like, whatever. And he was turning my face because I'm stubborn as hell. And he was turning my face, and I'm like, what's up? Anyways, he said, he's leaving. He's gonna go cool off. I'm there thinking now that, he's gotta go cool off. So, all right, you go cool off and I go home. You don't want to know what this dude did. He literally, like, locked me in the room. Like, he locked me in the room. Like, I don't know how he did it, but you know, it had like 2 locks on it, and I was supposed to be able to open it from inside, but I don't know what he did to the door. Like, he locked me in the room. I couldn't get out, and I started getting nervous because my mom didn't even know I was there. Like, she didn't even know, and I'm like, this guy is getting like crazy, and I'm wondering, like, what the hell is he up to? Like, and when he was leaving, I was like sitting there looking at the window, and I was like watching him leave. You know, like when you leave your dog at home and the dog is just sitting there at the window looking at you? That's how I was looking at him. Like, he was leaving, and I'm like, is he serious right now? But honestly, I started thinking a lot of crazy stuff. And when he left me for like 3 or 4 hours in the room. I couldn't do anything. I didn't have no bag. I didn't have no phone because he locked them in his brother's room. And I was sitting there, like, I knew where he kept his scissors and stuff like that. So I actually went in the drawer. I took out all of them and I hid them, and I kept one because I'm like, if he decides to like touch me, I'm definitely gonna kill him because he's not gonna hurt me. Like, that's what I was thinking. But I started thinking, like, I'm still 5'4", and he was like, at the time he was like 6'11". And I'm like, what if I stab him and nothing, like, it doesn't affect him? And what if I stab him and like he managed to like grab me or whatever? And I started thinking, like, that's not a good idea. So I started thinking that I'm gonna have to be super nice. Like, when he gets back, I'm gonna be super nice. And I started like planning what I'm gonna say when he gets back and whatever. So when he got back, he said, are you ready to talk now? I'm like super excited and super ready to talk. Like, he was like, oh, so nothing was wrong with you, but something is wrong now. You're ready to tell me what's wrong with you. This nigga made me lie to him because there was nothing wrong with me. But I knew I wanted to get out of that situation. So I'm like, the only way I'm gonna get out of this is if I tell him what he wants to hear. So he asked me, like, you ready to talk? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to tell you what's wrong with me. So I'm like, I started off with an apology. I'm like, I'm sorry I didn't tell you before. Like, I know I'm like this. I keep my feelings to myself and I keep my emotions inside and whatever. But there was this incident at school, and bear in mind, nothing happened. I was like, there was this incident at school, and it just really like made me upset because a teacher gave me a failing grade when I knew I deserved a better grade, and it just made me mad. So because I came straight here, that's why I seemed whatever. So this nigga believed me. Like, he really thought something was wrong with me. And we were there, and I told him, I'm still not feeling well. I want to go home and whatever. And I was the nicest girlfriend ever. Like, because I knew I wanted to go home and I wasn't going back, I'm like, I'm the nicest girlfriend ever. And I was there rubbing his head and playing with him and whatever until I say, you know what, I'm ready to go home. Because I can't tell him immediately that I'm ready to go home, because then he's gonna know that you just told me that because you wanted to go. But I'm like, I stayed there for like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. And then I told him I'm ready to go home. He went, he go get my bag, and he drove. But I told him, you don't have to take me home, because I gotta make a stop in town and then go home. I gotta get some stuff, because I was going to teachers college. So I told him I gotta get some cartridge paper and some stuff to make charts and whatever. And I took a cab, and I took a taxi, and I went in town, and I'm like, straight home. Like, I didn't even go nowhere because I didn't want to buy anything. And when I got home, I didn't text him. I got like, I don't want to exaggerate, but I got like 50 missed calls and messages saying sorry and whatever and whatever and whatever. And I didn't even read them. I didn't even break up with him in a formal way. I just stopped talking to him. Like, I just blocked him on all my social media pages, on my phone. He couldn't call me, couldn't text me, couldn't do anything. But he were friends with my brother, and he kept calling my brother and telling my brother that I'm not talking to him and whatever. And my brother was so annoyed. Like, he was like, yo, what's called his name? He was like, your dude is telling me that he's trying to call you, but you're not picking up and whatever. So you should call him, because I don't want him calling my phone. And I was like, you can block him, because we're not together anymore. And my brother was like, okay. But my brother, like, they were in business together, so he didn't block him. But it wasn't awkward for me, because I just didn't care. Like, it went from love to hate immediately the minute he like put his hands on me. Like, that's how I thought. Like let me tell you something. The minute you let a man put his hands on you, whether he got really upset or whatever, as long as he put his hands on you and you forgive him once, then that's motive for him to like continue put his hands on you. So I wasn't raised in any household where I saw my mom getting abused or whatever. I'm not saying like he abused me, but to me, in the back of my head, if he can put his hands on me when he's mad because nothing was wrong, and if he can do that, I'm like, nah, it's a waste of time. So I didn't talk to him. But there were times where I literally like didn't walk certain places because I knew like he'd be right there, or I knew some of the streets that he's like always on, and I'm like, I gotta find somewhere else to walk, because I really don't want to see him, because I'm telling you, we would have probably be arguing, and who knows what would have happened. Like, because I say feisty stuff all the time. I just don't care. But I just tried to avoid him. Like, I tried not to go certain places where I knew he would be. And after like 3 months, maybe 3 or 4 months, I saw him once, and I was literally like he was talking to me, and I pretended like I didn't even know him. I was like, and everybody was looking at him because he was talking to me. Like, he was standing in front of me talking, and I was like, I was trying to look around him too, because he's tall and I'm just little. So he was talking, and I was like, I even tried to look over him, like, and he walked away, and he never like bothered me from that, because he realized like I was serious. But yeah, like, girl, I have a lot of toxic stories for you guys, but that was like it. That was the main one, because I'm like, you don't put your hands on me. Not because I don't want to talk to you. If you realize I don't want to talk to you, you walk away because I don't want to talk to you. But if you can get mad over something so silly and you decide you're gonna put your hands on me, like, no. So ladies, it's on you. Don't let no guy put their hands on you. You got to know your self-worth. You got to tell yourself you're the most beautiful girl in the world and you do not deserve it. Like, no. There are a lot of fishes in the sea. So keep swimming and keep fishing. You might find the right one, or that one might find you. This is it, guys. I hope you liked it. Like, that's a real story. I didn't make up anything to like come tell you guys, because I'm not made up like that. So that's like a real story. And my friends like, no, like that's a real story. He like, there is even a cut. There was even a cut on my face because his nail like scraped me. Like, he was literally trying to break my neck so I could look at him because I was looking out the window. So, and his fingernail like scratched me. So I had a cut in my face. Like, girl, if you can walk away because it's not worth it. I mean, if you gotta love somebody from a distance, you gotta love somebody from a distance. You can't let nobody hurt you, okay? So thank you guys for tuning into my channel, and please make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go, and let me know down in the comments area if you have any toxic relationship, and let me know like how you feel about what I've said and how you feel about my story, because sometimes it's good to talk because you keep all that stuff down inside and nobody ever hears it. Like, it's good to talk because you keeping stuff to yourself, it's a good and a bad thing. So you got to know what to keep inside, you know. So thank you guys for tuning into my channel. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, see you in my next video.